What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. The other night, Kevin Samuels had a pretty decent show that went on, and I was actually trying to catch the show, but what happened was that I was quite tired because Kevin comes on about 4 o'clock in the morning my time. All right. And when Kevin was coming on, he had a stream that was scheduled, and the stream was called Modern Women Should Thank Lizzo and Cardi B. Now, the reason why we're talking about that is because at the time, if you see it in the screenshot, it was 558 people waiting for the stream to come back. But it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't stay for the whole thing. But Kevin was making the case that Lizzo and Cardi B have the right, in so many words, as women to express themselves as they would like to. You hear many women expressing themselves or seeing themselves express themselves very sexually, almost in a very masculine perspective. And I mean to say that how guys express their masculinity, kind of very outright, them wanting to be able to sleep with women, stuff like that. And you're seeing that that's what Lizzo does. This is what Cardi B does. So they can do whatever that they want to do. However, and I'm just summing it up, the reality is that they feel like there's no checks and balances for that particular representation of them. You can go out here, you can weave, you can sandal, you can wear whatever you want to wear, act as you want to act, and then some guy that you want to deal with should still accept you at that level. And the reality is that these emotional breakdowns that Lizzo has been having, not being able to get the guys that she would like to date, crying about it and spazzing out about it. And even the same thing with Cardi B. I mean, she's much more popular than her husband Offset. We would say that she also wasn't able to get a guy on her level or guy in the same category as her. Offset is nowhere near that of Cardi B. Okay? He just isn't. In fact, I believe Offset became more popular because of Cardi B. All right? Cardi B has way more money. She has way more opportunities. So her behavior and Lizzo's behavior have shown that Lizzo can't even get a man. Cardi B has to get a man less than her. And Nicki Minaj is married to Kenneth Petty. So who should we blame for that? If modern women have a problem with the way that certain people are seeing them, if they're fans of these ladies, the people that you need to blame are Lizzo and Cardi B. Because it's their influence that long term are the reasons that women will find out they're going to be very unhappy. Just like Lizzo is unhappy with herself. I'm pretty Nicki Minaj is stressed out and unhappy with it. Cardi B is about to break up with Offset every year for getting cheated on. Because these women have this in common. Their particular display of their femininity is not a trigger in which one man would be catalyzed to want to take care of them or want to protect them. Lizzo, the way that she operates, and it's not about all the time your size. Now, I will say definitely with Lizzo, for the kind of men that she would want, yeah, I believe that her size plays a role in it to a certain degree because, most guys that have a lot of money and they have a lot of access, they're going to want a woman that is more in shape, in my opinion. You might be able to get a guy that will like Lizzo, but Lizzo also close to 40. Lizzo is, she is what she is, what she looks like. A lot of guys that we see that have a lot of money, they're just not as attracted to somebody like her if she was smaller. That's my personal opinion. But the way that she carries herself, She over-sexualizes herself. She seems to have that stereotype of being loud, obnoxious. And women who, are going to align with those characteristics are going to find themselves on the outside looking in to other women who are going to behave in a way that is favorable to a man of status. All right? If you look at any successful man that outside of the entertainment industry, the thing about it is this, entertainers influence regular people. I mean, like Michelle Obama wanted to be like Beyonce. So celebrities have influence over doctors and lawyers, people like that. So when you're taking this sort of, energy from them, it affects normal everyday people. And normal everyday people don't understand that these are not even happy with themselves many times. And that men are going to have standards in place for how you need to operate. I don't care what you feel. And a lot of times I think that certain ladies feel like rules don't apply to them. They're above the rules. You can feel that. But if you want a man in this life that's worth his weight in gold, he's going to make sure you're going to follow the rules. Because you can't present something to a man that has a lot of options and you're not the best. That's what modern women are experiencing right now. Kevin Samuels is completely, from what I saw on the replay, and I'm not trying to take word for word from what he's saying, but the gist of it all is that modern women feel like they can do whatever they want to do, but not realize that there are consequences of said actions. And the consequences are dire. For guys who have money, guys who have created opportunity, guys are not gonna, for the most part, have a woman that doesn't represent them very well. It's so easy for a guy to just not even deal with you. I don't think that women, when they think about dealing with a guy that is a high value man, according to the standards of Kevin Samuels, or even a guy that's an entertainer, it's so easy for a guy to let you go and not think about it. And if a guy is really confident in himself, he can let you go and not even deal with somebody else for a few months and then get back in the game like it's nothing. Normal guys can't do that. But guys who are a little bit more well traveled, have experienced the world quite differently, have done things, those guys have all those opportunities that you don't. And the reality is that modern women feel that these sorts of guys are gonna just accept whatever they put out. Especially this is gonna happen in the black community. I think this is really one of the cases here. That black men, you have to accept whatever it is that somebody dishes out to you. And the case is that it's gonna fall on deaf ears. Guys who have opportunities in things to date in their world is not just limited to a state or to a city. They're not gonna put up with that. And then modern women will be crying like Lizzo when people don't want to put up with what you're dealing with. And there's going to be a lot more crying. As Kevin Samuels would say, winter is coming. And until this is fixed, you're going to see more unhappiness coming on. You're not going to be able to do what you want to do and gain what you want to gain. That's not how life works. Life doesn't work that you get to do whatever you want to do whenever you get the chance to do it, and you can be successful. You do things that you don't want to do. You do things that you have to do to appeal to who you want to appeal to. If you don't, there are consequences to it. It's consequences for men and women who don't want to do it the right way. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. Check out the first one from the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high.